Fingerskate selective. Fingerskate selective. Fingerskate selective.
FSS's Tape and Box Workshop.
What up, homies? Welcome to the Tape and Box Workshop. Today we're going to be making a fun box type obstacle with a hubba ledge. I know you guys wanted a grind rail. I might try and tackle that on a later episode, but today we're just going to make a fun box with a hubba ledge. So what do we got here? I've got a nutty bar box, you already know. I've got a little envelope box. This is actually going to be my hubba ledge, hopefully. Then I've got a Kraft macaroni and cheese box. It does not have a lid, that's okay. So I've got these three. I've got my roll of tape. I've got a purple Sharpie marker, any color will work. I've got a very dangerous X-Acto knife. If you're using an X-Acto knife, make sure you either have a parent right there watching you, making sure you don't cut your hand off, or make sure you have your parents' permission. Alright. And I also have some scissors, so it is what it is. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do is get the base of my fun box ready, and that is gonna be the nutty bar box. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make sure that it's sealed shut, because I'm going to use it just like this as the base, so I want it as strong as can be. So I'm going to tape up this end that's open. Alright, so there's the base of my ramp. Now, you got to figure out what you want to do. I think I'm going to put a bank over here. Then on this side, I'm going to have my hubba ledge with another skinnier bank right next to it. At least, hopefully, that's what I'm going to achieve. So, first things first, I'm going to make the big wide bank on this side. So for that, I need my Kraft mac and cheese box. So first off, I'm going to cut one of these big sides off this box here. So I'm going to use the whole front panel, and I'm going to leave one of the side panels connected here. So there you can see I have the front of the box and one of the sides still on it. I left the side on so I could overlap it, flap it over the top of the base part. That way it's kind of extra support. So I'm going to line it up with the edge here. Then I'm going to mark where I need to cut the extra off. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'm going to cut the excess off. Alright, so now it's the same width as the base. So there we go. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and tape the top down, and then I'll work on the rest of it. Then I'm going to figure out what I want to do, if I want to curve it or just have it like a straight bank. So let me go ahead and tape that down. Make sure you don't wrinkle the tape on the top where your writing surface is going to be, or try not to anyway, because you want it as smooth as possible up on the top. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so this by itself is going to be pretty floppy, so I'm going to cut out the other side of the Kraft box. Alright, so I took the end pieces off my Kraft box, and when I lift up the flap on the bank, you can see that there's a gap there in between the main part and the bank, this top flap of the bank. So I'm stacking these on top of each other. Then I'm going to take these two, push them in there about that far, then I'm going to crease it. I'm going to bend them down and crease it right there. That's going to give me a lot more support underneath there. So then I need to tape these two together and then tape them to this ramp part. That way they're all taped together. That'll give us a lot more support on the bankity bank. I'm going to go ahead and pop these back out and tape them together. Alright, see how these two pieces are? I got them bent right there. Right here, this is going in between the bank and the main part, just like that. So now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to tape the bank to the supports. I'm also going to put a piece of tape up in here just for extra support. Put another one on there. Alright, so I got my supports on the underside. Bend it again, make sure it's good. There, it's a little floppy, but once I tape this down when I'm using it, it's definitely enough support to ride up it. So we're good to go there. Bank's good to go. When I'm using it, I'm going to tape it down just like I did my quarter pipe right here with a piece of tape. So now we'll work on the hubba. So like I said earlier, I'm going to use the envelope box as my hubba ledge. So the first thing I'm going to do is tape it shut. That's all I can do is just go as I go. You already know. Santa Claus says ho ho ho. Alright, so the next part, I'm going to figure out about what angle I want my hubba to be at. Maybe about like this. And see, it's going to be on top of there, but right now I'm holding it on the side of the main part. That way I can take my marker once I have it where I want. Then I'm going to take my marker, draw a line so I know where to cut it. So then I'm going to cut this side out, then we'll do the other side. So for this one, I'm going to use the X-Acto knife. I'm going to be very careful, just like you will be, right? Alright, so we drew our line, figured about where we want it to be. We cut this side out. Now I'm going to take this piece that I cut out, put it over here, and trace it, and then both sides will be about the same. Close enough. Now I'm going to cut this side out. Alright, so there's the pieces from the sides. We don't need those. So now your box should look like that. You got the hole all the way through there. So now this part is going to have to be, I would cut it out, but I think I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to fold this part inside there. Then this back flap, see how there's a little extra hanging down? I'm going to try and bend it because we'll use that part to tape. So I'm going to crease it right where that ends up, just like that. Now see that? Got our box cut perfectly, and when you set it on there, you got the perfect down ridge. And I left that flap on the back to tape. So now I'm going to make sure the hubba is lined up with the edge of the main box part. Then I'm going to tape it down on several different sides just to make sure it's secure. Alright, so there's what we got so far. We got the hubba on one side, bank on the other. Now we need to cut a small bank, fill up this side. So now, since I already folded this all up and it's ruined, I'm pulling out one of my extra boxes here, and I'm gonna make the small bank part just like I made this one. Gonna put a couple strips underneath in a regular bank part, and we'll be good to go. First thing, I'm going to cut the two main panels off. I'm going to cut this main panel off and leave one of the sides. Then on the other main panel, I'm going to leave the other side. Cutting all the extra flaps off there. Cut the extra flaps off this one. Alright, so now I have the main part of the box with the side, the other main part of the box, and the other side. Alright, so now that I have my two flaps like this, we're ready to make the other bank. With the top flap hanging over the top, I'm going to set it right up against the hubba. I'm going to take my marker and mark where I need to cut it off at. It doesn't have to be perfect. That looks pretty good. So now that this one's cut, I'm going to take the other side of my box, set this one on there, then I'm going to cut this one, so we got a couple. So now I've got two banks here for double the support. I'm going to stack them up, tape them together. Alright, now they're taped together. So now I can go ahead and tape it down to the box. Try and keep the tape as smooth as you can on the writing surface, remember? Alright, so this one's a little bit floppy, so I'm going to cut some of the extra stuff we have. I'm going to stack them up, and just like the other side, I'm going to slide this underneath, right in between the top flap and the main part, just like that. Then when that comes down, it's extra support. I'm going to tape those from the back side to the bottom of the bank. There we go. We've got a bank over here with the hubba ledge. Got the main nutty bar part. Then we have the reinforced big bank on this side. So that's it. I'm going to do a couple tricks on here for you. Sorry for the long episode. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do this, but we got it done. So like I said, I'm going to do a couple tricks on here. Make sure you guys make one of these. You can do something different. You can even cut triangles and fill in the sides here. I'm not going to do all that because of the time, but you guys can fill those in if you want and even put more support underneath. But hopefully that gives you an idea of how you can make one. Once you make one, go ahead and send me a picture of it just like you did your quarter pipe that you made. Send it to FSSPICTURES@yahoo.com. Then on my next tape and box workshop, I'll show a picture of yours, and in a second here I'm going to show the pictures you guys turned in of the quarter pipes you made from the last time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this tape and box workshop. It is what it is.
Frankie Finger Dance.
Nice! That came out pretty good, right? Make sure you guys build a fun box and send me a picture of it for the next tape and box workshop. Just email the pictures of your homemade ramp to FSSPICTURES@yahoo.com. Now, speaking of ramps that you guys make, you guys did make some quarter pipes from the last tape and box workshop, and you sent me pictures of it. And I got them right here. Let's go ahead and check those out.
Let's check out your ramp.